Hello my viewers, welcome to my blog. I am on YouTube homepage. Today June 14th, 2026. This is the bottom again. Very rich bottom on a good videos. Richard Kleiderman everywhere, and not only on the bottom. He is just everywhere. YouTube just like his music. Tucker Carlson here. From the politic, he is moving towards to the eateries. Fast food, or not that fast, cafeterias, I guess, something interesting. Those businesses which are preparing nice, delicious food. And I think he's a very smart fellow. That's where he become a really profitable politician. Well, if not for a whole country, but for himself, be very satisfied. If they will find a space for him, he will always join him for a light snack or a dinner. Isn't it nice to have Tucker Carlson as a guest at your place? I think it is. I think I would be happy if he attended my restaurant, if I would be having such a business. But I'm not planning to have a restaurant yet. I'm a retired person. Look more looking like a retired person I am. Alright, let's see what's else here. Well, Russian weeds overpopulated, start a war everywhere they could, especially with the neighbors, and now their nervous system giving up. That's what according to the name of this video coming. Their nervous system cannot take it no longer. They decide to reconstruct the whole world, to make a whole weedy towns, cities, countries just like them. And that's it. Civilization is finished. But they can't understand it yet. That the humanity can strike it back. No wits anymore. And this is it. You have to respect the culture of each country. They don't need Russian songs. They don't need Russian patriotic songs. They have their songs. They like songs. They sing it. They don't like. They don't. It's their freedom. You cannot take the freedom of the people away. It's provided and defended by their constitution. You cannot just go sneak into the country and do everything the way you like, to serve your needs. I don't think so. And all people agree with me. Now Putin really beating the hell out of all of them. According to this video, which I focus now, J.D. Vance, which is vice president for a moment, his person, he himself as a person, something he disagreeing with Donald Trump, I guess. Oh, here is the Tucker Carlson again in the upper videos with the Richard Kleiderman and the nice meals. Look, he knows where to be close. Tucker Carlson. He's not stupid at all, I can tell you. Look, what a nice meals right next to him. So, and Richard Kleiderman, his music is towards to very delicious snacks. You see? Some patriotic songs from the old time of Russia. I just called to say I love you. Nice music, Richard Kleiderman, you give here on the page of YouTube. I tell you, that's nice music. Everybody likes those songs. Well, here's the two videos. It's not a humor even, what I know. Russian army, means in a Soviet time, was really fed up well concerning the food. Yes, the country, the government provided the best foods for the Russian soldiers, right? They were having a very good meals and still probably have it. There are so many good ways to make a good ham. Smoked ham. It's really delicious, it's true. But you can make a smoked meal out of lots of meats and goose and a duck. But ham, pork is one of the best too. One of those goods. Well, the war with Iran actually came to the end, look like. Yes, and enough of wars. Right now it looks like really enough of wars. And they're sitting on this picture, look like they thinking what else to do. They're boring. Nothing else to do. You can do that. Make a spaghetti in 10 minutes and add some sauce in it, tomato sauce. Perhaps mushrooms if you have mushrooms, or sweet pepper. That will do, enhance the taste to much better results. All right. Richard Kleiderman sings song about the most beautiful girl. probably Trump had a bad week. That's the next video. And how from the clothes leftovers after the work done, you still can use those pieces and create something else, which is really genius. Women show how they're making the purses, beautiful purses, lots of toys for the kids. Yeah, people are very designable, very creative. Here's a great recipe. So many patriotic songs from the good days of Soviet Union, when they really were watching for the world peace. Maybe now they can, if they exist really, those good people, and help the United States to rid of all inconvenience. Yes, to support a true constitution, immigration service, all National Guard and ICE and police work out quick their ways against of what Donald Trump really doing. It's crazy thing. What he does and publicize, it's not deserved for us to hear. Is it a joke? It looks like a jokes, but it's a bad jokes. It's a government. He's a government figure, tried to be a government figure, but there's so much of a bad news coming, like you cannot, being a president, issue a passport your way, or other documents like a green cards, or change your rules on that. You cannot. Nobody can. And change a constitution. Constitution was solid, pretty good, and served American citizen well. Only thing you have to do is get rid of all illegal people, or find a space for them, till everything will be situated, and take care of them the best way, so they cannot hurt the people. They can stay away. They cannot settle in a sanctuary city, and you just cannot leave those people alone among the other legal people. They are a threat till they get situated, and I don't say to put them in prison, but they have to be situated, taken care of. Do not be hungry. Find a country who would take them. If we would keep them, then we have to take care of them. Their education, they have to live in some sanctuary area only designed for the illegal then. I don't say it should be a prison, but something like some good big businesses could take care of, not a whole of them, but some parts, some group, what they could take care of illegal, and raise them, and perhaps work in the immigration, with immigration service, what they can do towards to their citizenship, because we have to have a population who lives more than 3 months here. Be illegal. Be legal. Yes, legal citizens. Otherwise, it's an automatic threat. And look like Donald Trump family, not all of them are situated well. Yeah, there is a lot of scandals still coming from the Donald Trump family, yeah. According to wife, not wife, we don't know in the way she came to this country and where did he pick her up. Everything is just, if he would pick her in this Epstein villa, and she would be girl who's thrown by some stranger to there, but she would be legal. I understand, and then she have all rights to be here, but she was not. Everything was a lies. And what they do, they using American when they try to get to the power, and then they're getting becoming a threat to American people, legal people, which is not acceptable at all. Okay, here is a good song actually from the good Soviet times. Maybe to change some words from building a cities to building a farmland back again. Because those days when those songs were created, the country were inciting to move towards the cities. So that's what lots of people did. The country land was abandoned and cities were growing, and population need the food in a growing cities, and they all not always were together on those filling out all needs, and overfilled population, popularized very populated cities at the end with lots of job not really need to the country. So basically there was a parasitic way of growing. Yes, and they were selling those sources of natural sources of what land was giving, like gold, charcoal, whatever they have it, yeah, oil, and publicly and not publicly to get some food for the people, because they were closed out of the whole world for so many decades. And to survive, you have to make a food, but everybody who were a Russian or Soviet citizen, they have to be intelligent, high education. But no, not everybody had a high education, but not even high education could give you a good food, because not always gives a lot of money the job. So that was a lot of problem growing along with the country. Yeah, lots of negative also was growing, because they basically neglected the farmland and were buying for their charcoal, gold. I'm just thinking from those countries for the needs of their own citizens. They were buying for exchange. Yes, the food, basically the food. That's a shame. It's a bad planning. Yeah, it's a bad planning. So right now I would say, if those songs are coming back on YouTube, I would say, yeah, just like here, lots of downtowns. Lots of downtowns is like a cemetery look like. With this high volume of illegal population, so many downtowns, and it just not in need look like. Farmland, yes, farmland every country need, because people can do something at the farmland, grow something, not just eat the weeds of the land. Weeds are good, as we learn also from the same page of YouTube. Some weeds are really, really having lots of calories, good ingredients there. But not only that, it's good for a people to keep up in a good form and healthy, and be healthy. So farmland is very important. So some words has to be changed from the cities now back towards to the farmland. Yeah, to build a farmland now. So the friends could come, your family member, and you can make such a nice table. Listen or not listen music, but the food is a must, be a first. Yeah. And besides of passports and green cards of his own designs, he tried to sell lots of gold medals. It's like a pure gold for some even it was not, I remember it was on TV, not a big money. I don't know how good gold there would be, but you know, it does not look like he's very happy with this, his promotions. But the Raymond Powell's here in a photo. He's younger, much younger. He just playing his music. Same time, spring slipped into the, naturally went to the summer now in Italy. And the women like nice dresses and beautiful colors. Yeah, in every age it's better to keep your health in the best condition you can. Eat the cake, eat the veggies, make a salads, listen to good music. Here Richard Kleiderman. Yeah, YouTube like to show, it's already like a couple weeks, yes, they show in this video something important out there. And Richard Kleiderman love everyone here and gives a beautiful music. And this is on the Russian side, that beautiful, huge monument as a mother. Motherland. This monument seems like watching for the peace, but there's not much peace right now in there, but it has to come. It has to come, and maybe even now. Enough of wars. And in Italy, no war, beautiful patience. You see right off the street, you can watch it if you go in Italy. And from Israel, I guess from Israel, worship. This video is a worship for the God of Israel, a greatest God for the people. They don't believe that the God came for crucifixion. The God cannot be crucified. And if he would come in the flesh and show it, then the power has to be tremendously big for helping people, because it's a God, it's not evil. We're talking about a God. So to crucify God, something is not helping us to perceive it with righteousness, because lots of people understand if the God is crucified, even 2,000 years ago, or whenever it was ever crucified in other religions, that means the situation is so bad in these lands that the God crucified, people angry on a God, instead of crucifying and get rid of evil, they throw their anger on a God. So they have to grow and do their good activity in this land, where they believe that the God have to attend them. And if the God attend, they have to please, they have to trust, of course. Everything the God would prepare for them to feel, even that when the God is coming in the flesh, it's like redemption is coming at this land. And the power has to be such a big that people won't be able to crucify till he will live with peace and live his laws and teach them, right? But to crucify the God means the atmosphere situation is so bad, evil, filled with evil so bad, that the God is so small power that God crucified, and people cannot save their God. How bad it is. And to believe in this, it's a really, really bad idea, because I think God is not stupid. God is pretty bright. Spirit, yes, it is spirit. If he come in the flesh in something, God can come. If you read good religious channels, and probably in some Bibles, that God can appear as a spirit in a flesh of anything, even in animals. Yes, that will be sign. You would feel something is telling you something, that there's a God there. He's helping you. You have to read this event like God is helping you and find out how He helping you. To all of us, it will be a step ahead towards to the God. Because we have to praise the God every day, thinking of Him. Otherwise, the evil taking step by step the space around of us, and leave very little for us to help ourselves, to live further in a happiness. He destroys our happiness, evil. To crucify the God, He destroys our happiness. That means it shouldn't be a God. It shouldn't be yet a God who could be crucified. We have to build, give a road, find this road for the God. And if everything we do well, we will feel our happiness, our every one of our family happiness. If there is no happy, then we have to sit and discuss. That's why we have a freedom of speech, to find out what is wrong, if there is any problems coming. We have to speak why a family member does not feel completely good. And we have a great experience to see what was wrong and how we can help. Because we all are one big family on this earth, on this planet, divided on a little families. Everyone have a little, his family, so he can take care of his family. Well, in a country which is defended with its rules and a constitution, defended to defend and support every family of its citizens. Yes, and how simple and how hard it is for some people to understand. So let's belong to the land and to the country we're living. If you not, I am. If you not, then find this way to go to the light. I don't think the real National Guard will kill you and crucify. They strict now because they living in the wrong land and are breaking the law. But I am so much sure, folks, that when it was happened in January, the crowds in Minnesota, where the supposedly National Guard or ICE killed a woman and then a man with a cell phone. I think there was a sneaker to the National Guard, which impersonated themselves as the ICE, taking uniform. This way they would put a blame on a true National Guard and make people confused, and the people, residents and the population confused, and the guard and the ICE confused. But those are very professional. Right now, more we have, and 70 billions they just made a fund, our government, for a National Guard and the ICE and police to protect the citizen and do the plan, find how gently taking care of other people, but strict and seriously taking this problem off. Because there are terrorists who would do what the other did. They still could. They probably, somebody paid, there were a government closed. Government was closed at those days, exactly when this happened, that killing was happened. And probably someone who were laundering the money still, they thought they're gonna make some terror. Let's feel that National Guard not right. And I am absolutely sure, because it's very, very not alike, that true police, National Guard, suddenly kill the person when they have such a important work to do at this very time, this year, a whole year. So this is not trusty, and that's why Tom Homan, as a border side, I know he knows what happened better than all of us. We just can guess and be with them and support them. They are releasing our country from the terror. So for the evil people, evil spirit people, would be harder to make a mess. They're no longer tolerable. No tolerable terrorists. No excuse for them. We need a life like this. Walk along the river. Stop, have a coffee or tea,